All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I owe Hospice a lot. Hospice helped me out so much this past year, helped me out even 4 years ago as my dad was coming to the end of his life. This past year, my own mom was coming to the end of hers, and Hospice helped out both times, and I don't know what we as a family would have done without them. And so I've come to love what they do, but I've always been familiar with what they do. I just think that the personal experience really kind of brought it home. Lisa Varner is the face of Hospice for me, one of them anyway, and a pretty one at that. And she is also a community outreach coordinator for Hospice of Marion County, and she's worked with some of the same organizations Robin and I have tried to help out, like the Marion County Literacy Council, for example. And she's here today to talk about a horse ride, I believe, that's going to not only help out Hospice, and I want to do everything we can, Robin, to help Hospice because they helped us out. I don't know if I ever could repay them the dollar amount that they, in services and everything that they helped us out with, but we can help out with a $30 ride. That's something we can help out with. Lisa Varner, I can't say enough good things about Hospice, and thank you for all you do.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that we were able to help your family when you needed a little bit of help.
You know, and if somebody says, well, in what way did they help? Oh my gosh, I don't know where I would start. First of all, one of the ways, I had so many phone calls from the people, not few, there was a lot of people who were calling me, letting me know updates, letting me know this, that, and the other thing. Pain, management of pain was something you all were able to do quicker. Is that a fair to say that? Than the doctors? I mean, you guys were there.
Well, we have doctors who help us with that,
Yeah, I
obviously.
shouldn't say there was absence of doctors.
Right. But you said many people were calling you and talking to you, and that's because we have such a comprehensive team of professionals who work with each patient and family.
Plus devices, I mean, actual physical things like...
the medical equipment.
Yeah, a toilet seat was one of the things. I mean, I could go on and on.
Right.
So the amount of aid that you, and I'm one person.
Right.
Of all the people in this county that you help on a regular basis. It's just amazing.
And, you know, that's one of the things that we say is that Hospice is here to help, you know. There's no reason for people to walk that journey alone. And we are experts in dealing with the end of life. So
as we were walking through the Paddock Mall at the Christmas season, we saw a table, and they were selling ornaments for trees.
Yes.
And I said, Robin, if there's anybody I want to give a donation to, it's Hospice.
Yeah.
And the two ladies were sitting there, and I said, wait a minute, do I know you from somewhere?
Yes.
And it was a lady we've known for years.
Okay.
Mrs.
Balbus, Carol Balbus.
Oh, Carol is a volunteer,
yes,
and she has been a volunteer for 20 years with us. And she actually volunteers in my office once a week. She comes in and helps me do some things. So she's
Carol
great.
is wonderful.
Yes.
You can't have a better one. She's one of the better people. You can't have one better than her.
So I bought an ornament because I figured it's the least I can do. But now today we're gonna buy a horse riding ticket, and you can give it away to somebody. So what are we promising? $30?
If you sign up to ride in the trail ride this Saturday, it is $30 as the minimum donation. A lot of people try to raise money, and they'll bring in more than $30. And depending on how much money you bring in, you get a different package, if you will. So you might get a ball cap or...
oh, really?
Yes, there are some different things, incentives, you know, if you raise more money. So people ask friends to sponsor them and that type of thing.
So tell me about the horse. Horse ride.
It is a horse ride. It is BYOH, which means bring your own horse.
Bring your own horse?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Cactus Jack's out at the Florida Horse Park, they do have some horses for hire.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they have any left at this point in time. But we have generally about 200 people who come and participate that day, and they spend about 2 hours out on the trail. They're on the Greenway. And then they come back and have lunch by Tommy's Barbecue and entertainment by, I believe it's Border Town this year. And then all kinds of door prizes. And they present awards to, for example, the horse club that raises the most money. And they recognize the individual who raised the most money.
Oh, wow.
And we noticed you also allow wagons.
That's correct.
How does that work?
Well, there's people who have the buggy, that the horse pulls the buggy. So
right.
That's something that we've added. And there's, quite detailed logistics and taking 200 people out on the trail. So they go out and every 15 minutes a ride will go out with, about 50 people. And they have to go on different paths so they're not getting all bottlenecked and that kind of thing. And we have the sheriff's office, their mounted unit is very helpful and coordinating that type of thing.
Okay, so now if I lived in the 1800s or whatever, before there were cars, whatever year that was. Okay. And you see these movies and these people traveling around basically in stagecoaches or whatever. Do you have one of them?
No.
No, not a stagecoach. So I can't get the experience of what it was like back then?
Not quite.
Not quite. But sort of, kind of? A carriage?
It is a carriage.
You can hold passengers.
Well, and it's if you have a carriage, you're welcome to bring your carriage.
Okay. So to bring your own carriage, bring your own horse.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
One of the most unique things about this year is who you're dedicating it to. I had the privilege to become friends with this man since 1973, and he really, his passing was really sad for the community because he really gave a lot.
Yeah, Wayne Vaught, he was the chairman for our trail ride, and he really, we didn't know anything about horses. Karen Haven and Suzanne Reynolds, when they started this trail ride some 13 years ago, and Wayne, he said, you know what, I really need to help y'all out a little bit, and so he helped make it the success that it is. So that's a way for us to honor all that he did for us with the trail ride. And
he also was a Marion County Sheriff Department deputy in charge of their mounted horse unit.
That's
so
correct.
he even laid his life on the line every day for everybody here.
Wow, Robin, I didn't know that.
And I had the privilege of riding on the back of a four-wheeler with him at the trail ride every year. So we would go out on the trail and...
I got a four-wheeler in the parking lot. You want to ride on the back?
No.
It's a Suzuki.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, only a few people were allowed to to take the four-wheeler back on the trails. So Wayne could, because he was a volunteer with the Greenway, and so he would take me out there so I could take pictures of people on the trail. So
wow, so the ride is in memory of him?
Well, it's in his honor.
And when did he pass?
Well, just...
Yeah, it was about 6 months ago. Yeah,
no, it's been a year and a half.
Has it been a year already?
A year and a half. Because
oh, my gosh.
Last year might have been the first year that we did it in his memory.
Oh, okay, that's right.
And so we just continue.
Time flies.
Oh, wow.
It does.
Wow. Well, it's good to speak about him then, because I didn't know. I didn't know anything about him. It sounds like you both knew him.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
He liked to party.
All right, so if we want to go, so that's why Robin knows him. So now I put the connection. He's rolling over right now. He said, "Oh no." Lisa Varner is in the studio. She's the community outreach coordinator for Hospice of Marion County. How long have you been doing what you do?
About 5.5 years now.
Wow. I bet you back then, did you know what you were getting into? Did you fall in love with it before you took the job, or did you take the job and say, "Wow, I love this"?
Took the job and wow, I love this.
Oh, really? Well, it's one of those.
Yes.
Really?
Well, I mean, I always respected hospice, but and I had never had a personal hospice experience. I still haven't had a close personal experience with hospice. But I have seen the difference that it has made for patients and families, and I know that we are experts at what we do.
Right.
And it's a privilege and an honor to be able to walk beside people.
You know, and I mentioned this last time you were on, and I want to mention it again, simply because the word hospice is often a scary word for some people, and I guess it was for me too at one time. It's kind of like donating blood. It's scary until you know what it really is.
Right.
So 4 years ago, my dad went through the hospice. So when my mom got to that point, one of her neighbors was concerned about it because she was in the hospital, and so I said to her, "Well, she's going to be in hospice care now." And the neighbor was like, "Oh my God, you know what that means? That means she's going to die." And I said, "Yeah, I know what that means. That's what it means." And but she was so taken aback by the word hospice that I felt like she didn't quite understand. I don't know. I felt like she was where I was 5 years earlier without really realizing what it all meant. And it basically means I'm not there alone. The family's not there alone.
Right.
You know, we don't work in that field. I mean, we do other things, and we don't know how to do what you all do. So.
And, you know, people think that hospice is just for the last few days, you know, so it's not unusual for us to hear that somebody would say, "Oh no, that means she's going to die." You know, some people believe that we give people medicine to put them to sleep and to, you know, hasten death. You know, that's not what we do. We give medication, we offer pain relief, and really expert symptom management. Many people fear being short of breath at the end. That's one of the things that we help treat with medication. And
you did that for my mom too.
Okay.
Do you know? And if being personal just for a moment here helps anybody, then I don't mind being personal. What happened for my mom, she had cancer a couple times in her life. The last time she was diagnosed, she said to the doctor, "I don't want to go through any of that again. I just want it to do what it does." She made the decision knowing that it would take her life eventually. That was 3 or 4 years in the making, actually. It wasn't like overnight. But as it got closer, and then the pain started happening.
Okay.
And that's where... I mean, her own doctor said hospice is going to be able to do this better than we can.
Okay.
More efficiently, I think was probably a more accurate way of saying it. And I guess because you guys can do it quicker. I'm not sure why, but that's what he recommended. And that's when we made the call. Actually, it started out in Citrus County in her case, and then we moved her here. So then it was Marion County.
And how long did she have hospice care in all?
Maybe 3 months.
That's significantly longer than most of our patients.
Because it was about maybe a month and a half or 2 months over in Beverly Hills in Citrus County, and then about 6 weeks here, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yes. Yeah, about, I'm going to say 30% of our patients die within 7 days.
Really? Wow.
And so that perpetuates that theory or that myth that it's just for the last few days, because if 30% of the people who have hospice die within a few days, most people know somebody who has died very soon after coming on hospice.
Do more people now have hospice care at home as opposed to the cottages? It seems like years ago, everybody who went to hospice went to a cottage or some kind of a home, right? Now it seems like a lot of them are at their own homes.
Most of our patients are cared for in their home, and that could be a private residence or their
assisted living facility,
or nursing home. But the majority of our patients are at home in their private residence.
But the houses are wonderful too. I know when my stepdad was there in Sylvia's house, I mean, we could come in any time during the day or night, anytime, you know, Monday through Sunday, and everybody on staff there was wonderful. And it was right before the Christmas season, so we set up a tree and everything in his room, and it was great.
Yeah, we have the 4 hospice houses available to anybody who needs that. And you know, you do have to meet certain criteria to go into the hospice house.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, so we want to help, and I guess it goes without saying that I didn't pay a penny. You guys didn't ask for any money at all, and I know you spent some.
Well,
so that's why I like to help out with these little things. I mean, it's the least I can do.
We are a Medicare benefit. So the majority of our patients and our funding does come from Medicare reimbursement. We provide almost $1 million each year in charity care. So that's why these fundraisers, like selling the ornaments at the mall and having this trail ride, that's why these things are important to us, to help offset the expenses in caring for somebody at the end of life, because it is a tremendous expense.
And the trail ride is not depressing at all. Everybody's laughing, having a good time, sharing stories, and it's kind of a way to heal also for the people that have lost a loved one.
Right, and most people ride because they have been touched by hospice in some manner. But anybody can come out to the event and take in lunch and the entertainment for just $10. So if you don't have a horse to ride, you can still support hospice by coming out that day and having a great barbecue lunch by Tommy's. And
I don't have a horse, but I want to help out. So if I whatever the dollar amount is, if it's 30, is it $10 per passenger? Explain that.
Okay, well, it's $30 to ride.
Right.
The $10 for a passenger is if you have the carriage or the wagon.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So if you the person who's driving the carriage and then you have a passenger, it would be $40.
So if we donated some money, would you just donate that as a gift to somebody? I mean, how would you do that? How would
you allow them to ride?
Because I won't come out there.
Have lunch or something?
I mean,
I could whinny if you want, but
you could, however you want to do it. I mean, I'm not sure if you have listeners who want a registration to bring their horse and ride in the trail ride, or if you just have listeners who might want to, it's a couple and they want to come out for lunch.
All right,
and entertainment.
Well, we'll talk off the air.
Okay.
And anybody else who wants to do the same thing can do that, whether you have a horse or not, right?
That's right.
But if you have a horse, then you have fun.
Donations, yes.
Yeah, so we'll just
so we could donate also.
Just leave it like that, because I don't know what the horse thing. I've never had a horse. I can't. Talk about death. I just can't handle when an animal dies either.
Yeah.
So I have a dog right now, and when she goes, I guess that's my last animal. I don't know if I'm going to have another one, but I can't imagine when a horse dies. It's like, whew, that's got to be hard.
I'm not a horse person myself. So.
I have a negative attitude, don't I?
I have a quarter of an acre, so horses are not.
Oh, yeah. No. So even a quarter horse wouldn't fit.
No.
So when the people come out there, they should come out there a little earlier than the ride begins so they can register? Or what do they do?
Registration is at 8 in the morning is when it opens, and you can actually pre-register. You could go online now and pre-register on our website, hospiceofmarion.com. But registration would open at 8, and the first ride will go out at 9:15, and then every 15 minutes they'll take another group out.
And where is it again?
It starts at the Florida Horse Park and goes out on the Greenway.
Oh, okay. Does it go over that land bridge thing?
It does go over the land bridge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Neat.
Have you been out there to the land bridge?
I have on the four-wheeler.
On foot? Oh, on a four-wheeler. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, the sheriff's office just had some kind of huge donation from the community, I guess, at large.
Okay.
For emergency equipment.
Oh, that's right. And they are I'm not sure if the emergency rescue people. I think that it's from the fire rescue.
Okay.
They're out there the day of the trail
ride.
Oh,
nice.
In case anybody gets hurt. So that's nice.
So people, even when they're riding, even when they're passengers, they should probably be encouraged to bring a water bottle or something to keep them hydrated.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
a couple of hours.
Sunscreen too, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know, Robin and I one time rode bicycles. Listen to this. It's hard to. You're going to find this hard to believe. 50 miles.
Wow.
It's a 50-mile trail. It's actually 47. And then it's another mile beyond the last parking lot. So then you add 2 because you're going to go both ways. So it's really 49 miles the whole way. We put a car at one end and drove to the other end with the 2 bicycles. So we made up our mind to do this without any planning, Lisa.
Yeah, we did.
No water. We didn't know what we were doing. All right.
How could they
we
be?
get 25 miles into this thing. This goes from Citrus Springs in Citrus County all the way down to like Brooksville or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start at Citrus Springs. Okay, first 5 miles, fine. By the time you get to 25 miles, you're like, what did we get ourselves into? It doesn't matter which way you go at that point. It's still going to be 50 miles. Well, guess what? At the 25-mile mark, there was a bar.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. No beer, wine. It was all water.
Yeah.
I mean, they served more water to these two people right here.
That's right.
What this has to do with what you're talking about is now we've got another 25 miles to go.
Uh-huh.
It took 3 hours to go the first 25 miles. That's how slow we were. 6 hours to go the other 25.
We were
so tired. By the time we got to the end, guess what the saving grace was? A horse trough. It was filled with water. And I said, thank God there are horse riders around here, because I don't care if they had their sloppy mouth in this water. I'm diving in.
He did. Wow. He dove in.
That horse trough was wonderful.
Oh.
It was the best water I ever had in my life.
Well, there are horse troughs on the Greenway for the horses or the riders this weekend.
Just so you know. Yeah.
Well, this is a huge event to put together because you have to probably let the county know and whoever else you need to know to be able to have this mass of people there.
Yes, and that, hats off to our fund development department, Karen and Jenny and Ralph. Mm-hmm. They put the events on and they do a great job with all the logistics.
And it's a live band, you said?
There is a live band. Yes, I believe it's Border Town.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big.
That'll be
it's
fun.
a big party.
It is.
And what is the date again?
It's this Saturday, February 16th, and it's our 13th annual trail ride.
Wow.
Now, this could be a good Valentine's thing, couldn't it?
It could be.
Sure.
Could you say, come on, honey, let's go horseback riding? Bring your own horse.
Yes. Or let's just go out and...
Let's go out and have a good time.
Have a good time, have lunch, and listen to the band.
Can people walk the trail? If they come out and make a donation, can they walk?
They could, absolutely. It would take them longer than 2 hours to walk the whole thing, but they could go out and just go for a hike, sure.
And then come back and participate in lunch and the band and everything.
Yeah, because if you're starting at the Florida Horse Park and you're going all the way to the Lambridge.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what I'm saying. I mean, they could go and hike some, but I'm not sure that they would be able to do.
Sometimes people like to bring their dogs with them. Can they bring their dogs on that day, or should they be encouraged to leave them home?
I have seen some dogs out there at the trail ride.
On leashes?
I would, put a call in if you are interested in that. I would call the Fund Development Department. That number is 854-5218.
Excellent.
5218, right? 854-5218. Let's just re-go over some of this stuff. First of all, if anybody wants to know about hospice, the website is hospiceofmarion.com.
Yes.
Okay. And the number to call for hospice, is that different than the one you just gave us?
Yes.
And that is?
873-7400.
All right. And that's for hospice. And of course, for the ride, or if you just want to help donate money.
Sorry, I dropped my pen.
Thought we had a customer. I heard the bell. And if you just want to participate in the ride or make a donation, I guess just the same way. Just call the number 873-7400. And is that your number? Is that where you are?
If you call that number, you can get
Ask for Lisa?
You can get me.
Lisa, I heard you on the radio. Can I help out? What can I do for you?
Sure. That I will take those calls gladly.
And you help out with the children as well, because sometimes children need hospice care, and you're always there for them, and you have separate programs, and you do a marvelous job in that respect.
Thank you. We do have one staff person who specifically works with children in grief. And we do provide that service to the community at large, not necessarily to children who have lost somebody in hospice, but any children who are experiencing grief, we provide that service because we feel that that's a pretty significant need in our community.
By the way, just an observation on my part. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up. You're talking about horses. when I first moved to this area and I was looking for a job, I remember going through the classifieds and they were looking for grooms. I was thinking, wow, there are a lot of ladies looking to get married around here. Look at me advertising for grooms. I mean, what is it around here with all the grooms?
Yeah.
Then I learned it's somebody who combs a horse.
They do.
I didn't know that, or brushes a horse. And then I found out that the leash is called a bridle.
It is.
I said, this is like a whole wedding thing.
That's right.
Those equine folks. Oh, my goodness.
They have romance on their mind.
Yes, they do.
So.
And this would be a great package for Valentine's Day. Get her flowers, candy, take her out on a trail ride. If you can't get a horse, find somebody with a carriage and, be romantic that way. That would be absolutely excellent.
We'll tell you got a bridle and a groom. And we're going to go horseback riding.
Yeah.
All right, we're being silly. Let me one quick phone call because we're very close to the end here. Lisa Varner is our guest. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hi. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to hear the whole program, but what I did was very interesting. A parent is getting close to that time, probably. Do you need a doctor's permission or something to get into the hospice, or can you make that decision yourself?
Anybody can make a referral to hospice.
Okay.
We will coordinate with the doctor to, have the appropriate approval for Medicare. But anybody can call and get that ball rolling.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, well, our prayers are with you, too. I know that's a tough time. Lisa, you are wonderful. You're a perfect spokesperson for hospice, and thank you for what you do. And for everybody who wants to help out, what do we tell them? Phone number, website?
Sure, the phone number, 873-7400.
Okay. Lisa, thank you for what you do. And thank you, Hospice, for what you did for my family. We will take a little break, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Hi, this is Jody Saulnier. Jeff and I are the owners of J&J Jewelers in the Jasmine Plaza, which is located at the intersection of State Road 200 and Airport Road.
We're third-generation jewelers, voted Ocala's favorite jewelry store for the last 5 years.
We carry a wide selection of new and estate jewelry, bridal sets, and citizen watches. J&J Jewelers specialize in jewelry repair and custom-designed jewelry, including wedding sets.
All of our repairs are done on site and can even be done by appointment while you wait. J&J Jewelers is open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 10 to 2, and closed on Sunday and Monday.
Stop by today or visit our website at jandjjewelersocala.com or call 352-401-0001. You will remember our custom design made for you by us at J&J Jewelers. Proud to be made in America.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
Why is everyone so obsessed with virtual reality and high definition? My neighbor came over yesterday to show me the photographs he took of the pansies and dianthus that I got from Kenny's Place Nursery. He had this electronic pad, and with the flip of his finger, he showed me these beautiful shots he took in my garden. And then he said, you can almost smell them. That's when I used my finger and motioned him to the garden, and then pointing with my cursor, also known as my finger, I pointed toward the real flowers from Kenny's Place Nursery, and I said, I can smell them. Instead of virtual reality, I enjoy
real reality. But it is more than the beauty of the pansies and dianthus, and more than their fragrance. It's the way they move in the breeze. It's the butterflies and bees that are attracted to them. You know, the plants I get from Kenny's Place Nursery from my garden in the real world provide me with an outdoor sanctuary to escape from that virtual world. Kenny's Place Nursery is located at 7677 Southeast 41st Court in Ocala. Give them a call at 867-1213. Kenny's Place Nursery, where the plants, the people, and the mission are all beautiful.
Okay, guys, listen up. It's that time of year again. Little chocolate hearts, roses, earrings. Valentine's Day's coming up. Last year you got me slippers that didn't fit. The year before, it was that steering wheel cover for my car. And don't even get me started on the vacuum cleaner incident. Now don't get me wrong, flowers and jewelry would be nice, but this year I'd like something I can thank you for every single day. That new bathroom I've been dreaming about. You know, the one with the rain heads, body sprayers, touchless faucets, bidet, and even the seat warmer. So here's what you do. Step 1, return the crockpot and apron that you thought were good ideas. Step 2, pick up the phone and call Mike Scott Plumbing now.
You heard the lady, guys. Call today to schedule an appointment to visit one of our beautiful showrooms. The main showroom in Hernando or the new showroom in Wildwood, right across from Brownwood Square. Call today, 237-2888. That's 237-2888. And remember, if water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
And that leaf blower in the closet better be for your mother.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Here are today's headlines from the source WOCA. The Florida Highway Patrol is reporting that a man was struck and killed Saturday night as he tried to cross State Road 200 near the Steeplechase Plaza. The report indicates that authorities are trying to identify the man. According to the report, the man was walking north around 8:22 p.m. when he tried to cross State Road 200. At the same time, a 2013 Hyundai Sonata driven by 71-year-old Roger Beach of Ocala and a 2001 Dodge Durango driven by 54-year-old Barbara Vieira of Ocala were traveling on State Road 200 approaching the intersection. Both vehicles had the green light and the pedestrian crossed on the red light, according to the report from the Florida Highway Patrol. The Sonata grazed the man, causing him to fall into the path of the pickup truck. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Anyone with information that would lead to the identity of the pedestrian is being asked to call the Florida Highway Patrol Corporal Wallace Dill at 352-732-1260, extension 234. Senator David Simmons, a Republican from Altamont Springs, filed a bill on Friday that would forbid governments from regulating whether employers must offer sick time to employees, but it also contains a set of health-related rights for workers. The Senate bill, which is Senate Bill 726, does not have a correlating House bill and hasn't been referred to in a committee yet. The bill states that a government may not require an employer to provide family or medical leave benefits to an employee and may not otherwise regulate such leave. The law does grant employees rights, though, if an employee has worked for a company for 1 year and 1,250 hours, the employee has the right to be absent from his or her employment for up to 5 days during a calendar year without risk of termination. The bill also allows an employee to, without risk of termination, leave work for up to 1 day during a calendar year due to a medical emergency. A Carnival cruise ship in the Gulf of Mexico with 3,000 passengers on board will be towed to port after an engine fire yesterday morning left it drifting, according to a statement from the cruise line. The fire occurred in the engine room of the Carnival Triumph, which is owned by the Miami-based company. The fire left the ship with no propulsion, according to the report. There were no injuries reported. Passengers and crew have food, water, and electricity from generators. Another Carnival ship, the Elation, is transferring more food and drinks onto the Triumph. The cruise ship was in waters off the Yucatan Peninsula, heading back to Galveston, Texas, when the fire started. The ship's automatic fire extinguishing system kicked in and soon contained the blaze. The fire still left the ship, passengers, and 1,000 crew members drifting about 150 miles off the Mexican coast, according to the cruise line in their statement. The ship is expected to arrive in port Wednesday after they are towed to the city of Progreso. Those aboard the Carnival Triumph will then be flown back to the United States at no cost to them. They will also get a full refund, credit that can be used toward a future trip, and reimbursement for all expenses except casino and gift shop purchases for the current trip. And Speed Week 2013 kicks off this week, and as the engines warm up, so will businesses at Volusia and Flagler County hotels. Hoteliers and tourism officials say that with the national economy improving, Americans, especially those who have put off vacations, are ready to hit the track for Speed Weeks, which runs through the Daytona 500 on February 24th. Reservations are up, according to Bob Davis, President and CEO of the Hotel and Lodging Association of Volusia County. Of Speed Week's bookings, some properties are close to being sold out already, and it seems to be a turn in the economy that's causing it. People look like they're ready to come out, he says, and they've started reserving long ago. By Friday, race fans had already set up nearly 100 RVs at Speedway sites, and they plan to stay through the Daytona 500. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala home store on Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give them a call and they'll come and pick it up. For more information, visit habitatocala.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County, building homes, building hope, building community.
Alice?
Yes, George?
Did you know I'm a truck driver now?
What?
I called Devon Self-Storage at 873-0777 and John and Mike now have a moving truck.
Are you cleaning out the garage?
Well, I do have time because Devon Self-Storage is open late and they're right across from Hobby Lobby on 200.
You better call them first and reserve the truck.
Why?
So I'll know when there's room for the car.
Yes, Alice, yes.
Cookies, 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 cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies, cookies,
Yum.
cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
Peanut growers, this is Justin Clark, Field Development Specialist with Becker Underwood, with some straight talk about peanut inoculants. If you think you're missing some yield potential from your fields, maybe you should be looking at adding Vault Peanut Inoculant to your peanut management program. In 3 years of yield trials at the Sunbelt Ag Expo, Vault Peanut Liquid Plus Integral had an average of 1,200 pounds more yield per acre than non-inoculated peanut ground and 420 pounds more per acre than a well-known competitive product. The integral biofungicide in the Vault Peanut Liquid system enhances nutrient uptake by the plant and provides extended protection from key soil diseases like Rhizoctonia and Fusarium. Vault Peanut Inoculants are available as an in-furrow liquid, a unique spherical granule, or as a dry, sterile peat planter box treatment. Discover what you've been missing in extra yield potential by making Vault Peanut Inoculants the right choice in your peanut program. Ask your local retailer about the right Vault Peanut Inoculant for your operation. And thanks for listening.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
In specialty crop news from the Southeast AgNet, well, when it comes to vegetable seed customers, Chairman of the American Seed Trade Association, Blake Curtis, says their number one priority is the farmer.
They're the people we're trying to produce this seed for so that they can get a great product, something that they can deliver to the table of their consumers, the general public, and so that when they put it on the table, it's something that has great flavor, great presentation, and something they can be proud of.
And, of course, be profitable as well. As Curtis says, since the vegetable seed market is already a niche market in itself and extremely diverse,
the seed quantities are really fairly small. It lends itself to conventional breeding techniques and not quite so much a focus in biotechnology. And because of those conventional techniques, we end up with great opportunities to bring new products around the world, yet it takes time.
For more on vegetable seed development and the ASA organization, log on to southeastagnet.com.
This is a message from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. If you believe the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the USDA, improperly denied you farm loan benefits between 1981 and 2000 because you are Hispanic or female, you may be eligible to apply for compensation. For more information about the claims process, call toll-free 1-888-508-4429 or visit www.farmerclaims.gov. The claims period closes March 25, 2013. Anyone who wishes to participate in the claims